Alright, so we back here once again to basically for me to give y'all my middle of the year top 5 albums. At this point, y'all already know it's like past the middle of the year, so what I'm gonna do is for this, like the way my list set up, I did it for like my favorite 2019 albums up to this point. Because we're already past the middle of the year and I might as well keep it consistent. I was gonna have it set up for like just like the cutoff date was gonna be like June, but I don't really think that's fair for real. So yeah. Now, coming into this, basically like my whole thing with this list is like replay value, like, you know what I'm saying, what albums I listen to the most, you know, stuff of that nature. So without further ado, finna get into it. Oh yeah, by the way, this ain't like in a particular order or anything. This is just like basically my favorite 5 albums of the year so far. First album on the list, Dreamville, Revenge of the Dreamers 3. Y'all should have already known this. First of all, you know what I'm saying, I gave the album like a 10 when I did the reaction video like a couple weeks ago. But yeah, man, basically how I feel about this project, it was a nice way to kind of like, you know what I'm saying, just showcase all the Dreamville talent. And the person who I feel like showed out the most was, I feel like it was Jid. I feel like Jid showed out the most, you know what I'm saying. His verses, he had like the standout verses, and he basically showed his ass throughout the whole tape. But as far as like everybody else, man, it was just like a consistent skill, man. It's like everybody came into the album just hungry. Everybody came with something, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like a great atmosphere. You could hear that jump throughout the album. Like, it sounds like, well, for this to be a compilation album and just have like people from everywhere, you know what I'm saying? That jump it just sounded great to me. So yeah, then like it got to me, it got probably like the best verse of 2019 at the moment. That Maxo Cream verse is very slept on, and definitely a contender for like my favorite like verses of the Go-Go Gadgets holding ratchets. Man, come on. Then another thing too with that album, I know like at that time, you know what I'm saying, I had gave that album a 10. I was going off hype. But at the moment, I would drop it from a 10, you know what I'm saying, to probably a 8, like a 8.5 or some junk, because even though I pulled it down some, I still return to that album a lot. Like, I listen to that whole album like to get through the gym workout sometimes. So alright, so the next project that's on the list, I know that this project just came out, but YBN Corday's The Lost Boy. I've been listening to this album low-key like non-stop since I made the video for it. Dude, like, he delivered a solid project. And like me comparing it, you know what I'm saying, to like his singles or whatever that came out, like it's definitely a change in pace, and that was the thing that caught me off guard with the album, because like these was sort of like more to like the turn up tracks, turn up Cordell or whatever. But these were more serious, you know what I'm saying. You got the chance to really figure out who he was, his story, you know what I'm saying, I guess, you know, his perspective of things and stuff like that. But yeah, man, overall, like this is a solid project. It's well produced. This CD is well produced, and yeah, man, I feel like I really do feel like for this to be like his debut project, this is one of the best albums of 2019. Like, period. This is one of the best albums. Like, this, it kind of give me that, like when Good Kid, Mad City first came out, and that was like Kendrick's, I guess, studio debut album. Me, I wasn't really viewing it like that. Like, I was kind of viewing it like, I felt like Section 80 was his thing. But yeah. But yeah, YBN Corday's The Lost Boy is one of my favorite albums of 2019 so far, and I definitely feel like it's one of the best albums of the year so far. So yeah. Alright, the next project on the list we got is Freddie Gibbs' Bandana. I like this project a lot. It came out a couple weeks ago. I ain't get a chance to make a reaction video to it or whatever, but yeah, I really do like this project. When I first got on Freddie Gibbs, I got on Freddie Gibbs like maybe a couple years ago. I had did a video to one of his projects that he had dropped called You Only Live Twice, but that was sparked by his first his first collab that he did, you know what I'm saying, with Madlib called Pinata. So I went back, even before I went listen to Bandana, I went and listened to Pinata again to see, you know, I guess to get that feel back, because I feel like He Only Lived Twice was like a little, it was different from what that was. And I'm gonna be honest, like them the only two projects besides Bandana that I actually heard from Freddie Gibbs. But yeah, man, Freddie Gibbs on this project and Madlib on this project, dope. Like Freddie Gibbs was already a lyricist, but he kind of, I don't know, I feel like he kind of get overlooked because of like his subject matter. He give you more so like that Pusha T, but it's like Pusha T mixed with like some Rick Ross. It's like luxury raps, but it's like he more rugged with it and more of a lyricist with it, I guess. I ain't not saying he, you know what I'm saying, better than Pusha T. I feel like him and Pusha T kind of uphill. And that song they did together, man, boy. Hey, they did they thing on there. And then, man, Pusha T just, that song is like, that song with him, then y'all got Killer Mike on the hook too. And that song is like unfair, because it's like you got this man over here with the coke talks. You got this man over here with the coke raps. You got this man on the hook with the booming voice. Just sound like, it's just a great overall project. And then like the production on the project from Madlib, like it's that, I don't know, I'm gonna be honest, like I can't really think of nobody else that does that style of production or raps over that style of production for real. And if y'all do, please let me know, somebody in the comment section. But I just really love this style of production where it's like, it's menacing but kind of mellow at the same time. It's like, then it's like with all the beat switch ups he had in you know what I'm saying, it's just, bro, it's just a very dope album. And I feel like this album is another one of them albums this album is gonna pop up on a lot of lists for like top anything hip-hop this year. Top 10 albums list, it's gonna pop up on somebody's list. I'm pretty sure it is. Alright, so another one of my favorites came out earlier this year, Solange, When I Get Home. Man, when this album first dropped, like, I got on it kind of late, and I didn't get a chance to make a reaction video to it. I was still in school at the time. But yeah, man, she really came with it with this album. Like, I like A Seat at the Table, and I honestly feel like, you know what I'm saying, I feel like A Seat at the Table is better than this album. But it was like, this album is more, it's like she was having fun with this album. And I like the overall sound more on this album. Like, this sound, the sound of this album is like R&B, hip hop, cause she did the Chop and Screw, Dirty South, like she had her Texas roots up in this mug. But yeah, like I like the overall just vibe of this album. Like, it's just fun. Versus like, I feel like A Seat at the Table is more of a serious thing. But yeah, man, like she dropped one of, like, this is legit one of my favorite albums. Like, I remember when I first, I think the album came out like March, February sometime. But yeah, man, when I heard the album or whatever, I could not stop listening to it. Like, this became the album for like sessions, you know, study sessions, you know, just anything, like just chill. Like, this has got an all around vibe to me. And yeah, it's on my list. So yeah, so my last album for my favorite albums of 2019 or whatever, Ari Lennox, Shea Butter Baby. Alright, so man, look, with this album, man, I feel like this is a great debut album. And like, this is like, she gives me them Erykah Badu vibes. And I feel like she kind of did what like SZA did a little bit with like Control. Because like this project sounds different from like her previous work. Not too much different, but the sound sounds a little different. I feel like the sound on like Shea Butter Baby sounds more R&B-ish, more so than Folded. Or, you know what, I can't even say not R&B-ish. It sounds like R&B-ish neo soul type. It's, yeah, somewhere in that realm, like mixed up with all this. Versus like Fold, I felt like was more R&B. So yeah. But far as with this album, man, I like what she did with it, man. She's just, far as like the lyrics and stuff, breaking down the lyrics and stuff, man, she's just open, man. She's like an open book, and she's just preaching like, I don't know, she's just preaching like, you know what I'm saying, freedom. Like that's like the whole thing right now, and in like the society we live, not the society we live in, like women are the shit right now, and like this is like the album kind of like celebrating that point, you know what I'm saying, celebrating like freedom of sexuality and all that stuff, cause sex play is a big thing in the CD, but yeah, man, this album was kind of like her just like finding herself, you know what I'm saying, socially, mentally, sexually, all that stuff, man. She just, yeah, this is a great project, you know what I'm saying, for trying to figure out like who Ari Lennox is, and it was a great debut project. So yeah, that was my list. My list, like I said, it was mainly based on what I listened to the most. So those were the 5 albums that I listened to the most. Now I did have an honorable mention section, so those are my honorable mentions. A lot of those albums, couple of those albums, I feel that's on there, like even some that's on my list, I feel like they gonna end up in a lot of people's top 10s at the end of the year when we start doing like album of the year and all that other stuff. But yeah, man, please like let me know how y'all feel about my particular list, my particular selections, and yeah, shit, put y'all's in the thing too. Like I want to see like what y'all music selections been looking like, you know what I'm saying. I want to like, shit, y'all might put me on something new, put me on something I ain't heard yet, like put me on something I might need to react to. So yeah, in that regard also, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, man. Please keep hitting that subscribe button, bro. We so close. So yeah, man, just thank y'all for like all the love and stuff y'all been showing. Like we've been moving. But yeah, man, I'm trying to keep the content coming to y'all, trying to stay motivated for real. Like that's the main thing with me right now. But yeah, man, I really do like thank y'all for that. But yeah, also be sure to follow me on social medias at the @ below. Follow me on Twitter, Snapchat. I'm trying to get more into social. I'm actually trying to be more active on social media. Like I tweet and stuff every now and then, but like I have nights or whatever where I'm just going on the damn tweeting friends or whatever. So yeah, man, follow me on Twitter, man, engage with me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm really, yeah. So yeah, this is T signing out once again. Peace.